Hi guys, today is Math 6, day 22. We are looking at, we just finished prime factorization, so we are looking at multiplying mixed numbers. So some steps that we need to recall: put the problem into the correct shape. If it isn't already, perform the operation and simplify the answer if possible. We always want to reduce if we're able to. We need to have it in when we're adding or subtracting mixed numbers, we can have it as a mixed number. If we're multiplying or dividing, we need to have it as an improper fraction, and we'll go over how to do that. So a length of fabric was cut into 4 equal sections. Each of the students received 2 2/3 yards of fabric. How much fabric was there before it was cut? So we have 2 2/3 was what each student had, and we're going to multiply that by 4. And we need to make this, because we can't do 2 times 4 and then 2/3 times 4. We have to multiply this, but we need to make it an improper fraction first. So how we do that, we take the whole number, multiply by the denominator, and then add the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So we call this 8 over 3 times 4. And this gives us 8 times 4 is 32. Divided by 3, 3 goes into 32 10 times. 2 left over, that's being divided by 3. So 10 2/3, and I believe it was yards, so it's 10 2/3 yards long. If we're multiplying, we have 2 mixed numbers. Again, same thing, we need to make these into improper fractions, 2.5. By 1 1/3. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And now we can multiply and then divide or simplify, or we can see if there's anything we can do to reduce before we multiply. 5 and 2, 4 and 3, but 2 goes into 2 and 4. 2 goes into 2 once, goes into 4 twice. So now I have 5 and 3, can't reduce that. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 3 is 3. 10 divided by 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1 left over, so 3 1/3. So we rename it, make it an improper fraction, and we multiply and then simplify. And we got it into an improper fraction, then we converted it back to a mixed number. If it helps you to kind of illustrate what's going on, again, I think for me, just performing the math is easier than drawing it out and kind of visualizing what's going on. But some of you kind of seeing this may help you. 2.5 times 3.5, we multiply that, and we end up with 3 1/3. Okay. So we will go over this practice set when we meet in class. So we have that along with using lesson 67, using prime factorization to reduce fractions. So we talked about division by primes, the division tree to get to prime factorization. We can also use that to reduce fractions. So as we see here, if we were to do this as prime factorization, and then we know any number over itself reduces down to just 1, so we can go in and simplify these. Well, 5 over 5, 5 over 5, and 5 over 5 cancels out, so we're left with just 1 over 2 times 2 times 2, or 1/8. So if it's a really big numerator or denominator or both that we can't really figure out how to reduce it, well, we can use our prime factorization and then reduce whatever multiples we can, and then what we're left with will be the most reduced fraction. So if we have 375 over 1,000, let's take a look at that. Again, we want to just go with whatever you want to start with. So 375 ends in a 5, so we know 5 goes into it. We know 5 is a prime number. 7 with 2 left over, so 75. We can circle that, 75. Let's do 25. 3, 5, and 5. 1,000. 10 times 100 times 10. 5 times 2. 5 times 2. Okay, now we're not done, but this helps us. Now we rewrite it. And again, it's multiplication, so we can do it in any order. Sorry, that's ugly 5. 5 times 5 times 5 times 3 for 375 over 5 times 2, 5 times 2, 5 times 2. Now again, when we say it's over, it doesn't mean that it has to be directly over. So this 5 can cancel out with this 5. It doesn't have to be the one that's directly over it. 5 and 5 cancel out. 5 and 5. 3, I don't have a 3 down here. 2, I don't have any 2s up here, so it's 3 over 2 times 2 times 2. So 3 over 8. So 125 was the greatest common factor between these. It may be difficult to see that right away. We can reduce and keep reducing until we can't anymore. Or if we remember this concept, we can just do a prime factorization of both numbers and then put them over each other and then just start crossing out. And that's doing our reduction for us. That's reducing it down until we can't anymore. So we got all the way down to 3/8. All right, these practice set problems we'll do together. I'll see you guys in class. Keep watching these videos. Keep doing a good job, and we'll see you soon.